Hi Sagittarius, this is Teresa from Tarot by T, and before I start on your reading, I want to call in some good energy. Welcome to December. So this month we have a lunar eclipse in Gemini, which actually happened on the 30th of November, but it's going to be in effect for most of December. And then a solar eclipse in your sign on December 14th. And then on the 21st, Jupiter, your ruling planet, moves out of Capricorn with Saturn, and they come together at 0.0 degrees Aquarius on the 21st on solstice. And then we have a full moon. We finish the month up with a full moon in Cancer on December 29th. So a lot of transitions. We're shifting energies this month. And with the eclipses, anything could happen. Sudden events, sudden endings, sudden beginnings. And they're going to be happening, I guess, well, the Sagittarius new moon, both of them will be in your relationship sector, the 1st and 7th houses. So let's see. Let's see what the eclipses will bring for Sag for December 2020. What does Sag need to know about December 2020? What will the eclipse energy bring Sagittarius? Ooh. The Strength card popped out. So don't go to extremes of emotion. Don't overreact. Learn to manage your anger. That's one message for December. So what does Sag need to know? What does Sag need to know this month of December 2020? The King of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Chariot, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Death card. So be prepared for a new cycle coming in. Alright, so the King of Wands, followed by the Two of Wands. There could be a potential partnership coming up, the Two of Wands. Now the King of Wands energy, it could be that you're dealing with another fire sign, but it could also mean that you need to embody the energies of the King of Wands this month. And that is the card of leadership. The King is a leader. He's not afraid to speak his mind. Sometimes he could be a little bit bossy. And this is male or female energy. But he has a good heart. He really means well. He's trying to help people, but he can be a little bit over the top. And he's very honest. And that's also Sag. Sometimes when I see the King of Wands, I think of Leo energy. But all fire signs are very outspoken and very honest and very make good leaders. So you might be in the spotlight, though, this month. And the Two of Wands energy is about a potential partnership, or you've been putting a lot of energy towards something and you're waiting to see what's going to come out of it. Will your efforts bear fruit? And you've been working painstakingly. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. This is about taking your time, coming in every day, doing the work, not being afraid to be patient and letting things develop. The Four of Pentacles. This sometimes comes up when someone is being a little bit too controlling or holding on too tightly. So you might need to let go a little bit and not be too not try to control the outcome. You put your energy in, you have your plan, you do the work, and then let it go. Don't try to control every aspect of whatever you're working on or involved with. Because I think the Four of Pentacles, I know you're trying to achieve financial stability and security, but sometimes with the Four of Pentacles, we have a tendency to hold on too tightly, and you don't give something enough room to breathe. But this is an energy that's passing, so maybe you're letting go of that tendency to control or hold on. Coming up in the future, you have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Wands. Now this is very positive. The Nine of Wands is a wish The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. And the way that your wish will be fulfilled comes through the major arcana. And you have the Chariot here, which is also a card of victory through focus and discipline, and the Death card. The Death is about coming to terms with a cycle that's completing or ending, and then getting ready to go into a new cycle. So, and you have the three. I'll speak more about that when we get to them. But I want to talk about the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands relates to the Two of Wands in the sense that the Two of Wands represents the seeds that you've been planting, and the Three of Wands represents the culmination of those seeds, or the growth that's starting to happen. So you're going to get reward, or you're going to start to see results for all the hard work that you've been doing. If you have any doubts about that, don't doubt it, because things are going to start to come back, I think, in December. You're going to start to see that a lot of the projects that you've started, a lot of the work that you've put in is going to start to show results. And the Nine of Cups is always a wish fulfillment. It means whatever you're hoping to achieve, you're going to achieve that goal. The only problem, you have this Chariot card. You might be a little bit scattered. You might be scattering your energy. You have too many irons in the fire, which is a typical Sag thing. It's also a Gemini thing. Because Sagittarius, you want to do it all. You're just, it's the card of, like, Sagittarius energy is very positive, optimistic, abundant. So you want to do everything. You have a lot of big dreams, a lot of big goals, and you just want to take it all on. But you have to realize that to achieve, you may not be able to do everything you want to achieve. You may want to narrow your goal or narrow your focus. And this card represents victory through narrowed focus and discipline, like zeroing in like a laser beam on what you want. And you might have to let certain things go if they're taking away from the bigger goal. So you have many projects, you have many things circling on, a lot of plates in the air. Figure out this month what you want to achieve. What's the most important plate? One or two plates or whatever. And focus your energies on that, and you have a greater chance of success. I also want to show the last card here. There's Two of Pentacles. This is the card at the bottom of the deck. And this is it, juggling. You're juggling a lot of projects. And you're going to start to be more aggressive, take action. The Ace of Swords here. This is a new beginning, a new way of thinking, where your warrior energy has been activated. So you're really going to go after what you want. You're taking a leadership role in your life. The Two of Cups is in your wish fulfillment sector. So this could represent a partnership where you're teaming up with someone that you're on the same page with. You're both thinking alike, and you're like a dynamic duo. So it could be a relationship, a new relationship coming in. But it could also be a good friendship where the energies are working well together. You both have the same goals, you both have the same vision, and you're a good team. So don't isolate yourself, don't try to do it all. Partnership will be good for you this month also. And then there's the Death card. The Death card represents, it's not death like physical death, it's more transformation. You are changing at deep levels. An old way of life is ending, and you need to release it. You need to bless the past, let it go. There might have been some past cycle that you were holding on to. And you have to realize, okay, I'm in a new world now. I'm starting a new cycle. I need to clear out the old baggage and focus on the incoming energy. Excuse me. Make room for the new. Bless the old, let it go. Make room for this new energy coming in. Excuse me, I can't stop coughing. But it looks good. It looks like you're going to see the success of a lot of projects, and relationships are going to be changing for the better. But it's going to require you to let go of some things that are no longer serving you. With the Death card, death is like a natural ending of a cycle. And you're just going to be clearing out, not focus, gather your energy and focus it in the direction you want to go in, and release the past. So let's see what the astrology has to say. The lunar eclipse is falling in your 7th house. on November 30th. And so the moon is in the 7th and the sun is in the 1st. Something is completing, some type of partnership is coming to a completion or culmination. Sometimes it can mean, I feel like you're going to be ending one thing and then starting something else, because your solar eclipse is then happening in the 1st house. So one thing ends and something else begins, and this all can happen suddenly. Sometimes with a lunar eclipse, a female person, because lunar is female energy, may be eclipsed from your life. But that's just preparing you for the new beginnings that are coming up in the future. You have Venus in the 12th house, and it's opposing Uranus in the 6th. So there could be either, for some of you, it could be that your feelings, you're keeping your feelings hidden. Because Venus in the 12th it could be a secret love, or you may have if you're not dating anyone, you may have a secret crush on someone. Or you're keeping your feelings, maybe you care about someone, but you don't want to let them know how you feel. In other case, it could be that some health issue pops up that you have to take care of. That may involve, your diet, if you're eating too much sugar. And you might have to just take care of that. Mercury's in the 12th also, so you're keeping, you're going through a private time where you're keeping your thoughts and your emotions under wraps, and you're not really expressing yourself, but you will be once this new, in the next, it's kind of like you're finishing up some cycle, or finishing up an old cycle, or finishing up old karma. That's what the 12th house is. The 12th is a very psychological house. It's like an ending of a cycle. So something is coming to an end, something is being released. Mercury is sextile Saturn and Jupiter in the 2nd. And they're in Capricorn, so you may be finalizing up. There might be some secret project going on behind the scenes, and you're signing a contract behind, Mercury in the 12th could be, everything in the 12th is hidden. So it could be a hidden romance, a hidden contract, or some creative project that you're doing that you're not really showing the world yet. It's not ready for release. But you are working on it. You've been working on it. And it should start to show some traction this month. Mars is in the 5th, so you're really wanting to express yourself. Mars in the 5th can sometimes mean arguments with children if you have children. But it's also where your energy is. Wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is. So your energy is about, and the 5th house is the fun house. It's about creative self-expression, romance. If you're not dating anyone and you're looking for romance, you can find it with Mars in the 5th. If you're not doing if you're in a committed partnership, maybe you're wanting to do something more creative within that partnership. Bring a greater passion and intimacy to the partnership. The North Node is in the 7th house, so you're being called to communicate and to find your soulmate, to find your true connection this month. The North Node in Gemini, it's about communication, speaking your truth, especially in relationships, in partnerships. So if you're keeping your feelings hidden, or if you're keeping your thoughts to yourself, it's time to step up and speak up. The new moon is a solar eclipse. Now, sometimes with a solar eclipse, you can have a quick ending, and a new beginning, or at the same time. And the energies everything's happening fast at eclipse time. With the solar eclipse, a male figure can be eclipsed from your life. And this would probably be, this is in your 1st house, so there could be a new beginning in your image and the way you're seen in the world. So if you end one particular partnership and now you're starting some new thing, you're going to be seen as someone who is more confident, more assertive, because you have Mars trining all this energy from the 5th house. So you're really going after what you want this month. You're really wanting to do work that really speaks to who you are. So creative self-expression. If the work you're doing is not allowing you to express your creativity, this new project will bring that to the surface, and you'll be able to do that. You'll be seen as a communicator, because Mercury is there. Mercury trine Mars. You're not afraid to speak up, and it could be a writing project. It could be so creative writing. You have still Venus sextile Saturn. So whatever you're working on behind the scenes it's been a lot of work, but it's gonna bring you abundance. It's gonna bring in another source of income. You might have been trying to bring in extra money because Saturn in the second house can sometimes raise your expenses. Pluto in the second house also transforms the way you earn money. It's also transforming how you're seeing yourself. You might be coming into your power or feeling more empowered, more confident. The only thing you have to watch with Pluto is not to abuse your power. So if you come into some type of power, don't wield it with a hard hand or a heavy hand. You have to make sure that whatever you're doing is benefiting the group, not just the individual. On the 21st, on the solstice, your ruling planet Jupiter is changing signs. It's going from Capricorn, where it was in its fall, into Aquarius, where it's in a more comfortable position, and it's going to be sextiling your sun. And it's going to conjunct Saturn in Aquarius at the 0 degree. So this is a powerful new energy. We're on the edge of a brand new cycle or brand new time. Some people believe that also that it's a new age that's being ushered in. And this is air energy, so the focus will be on logic and thinking and technology, innovation. We're getting away from the heavy material world energy of Capricorn and the earth signs. We're moving into the air signs, which are more about sharing ideas, conversations, communication. Especially in Aquarius will be science and technology. So there could be some new beginnings or new project that revolves around science, technology, innovation. And that's happening in your third house of communication. So you might be involved in some type of communication project that involves technology, like the internet or social media. And you might be reaching a wider audience through that medium. Then we have the full moon in Cancer. And that's happening in your 8th and 2nd house. So something is culminating around a financial situation. The moon is in the 8th, and that can be, so if you're looking for some kind of financial support, you may have to speak up if you need more money, because you have the sun and Mercury is in the 2nd house. You're like a whiz coming up with money-making ideas. You're thinking of ways that you can get more support for your projects. So if you're in a working environment, you might, if you've been waiting for like some kind of grant money or inheritance money or some kind of financial assistance that comes from a partner or from somewhere else, like a government agency, that's going to come to completion around that time. And it's sextile, it's trining, well, the moon is sextile Uranus and the sun and Mercury are trine Uranus. So you should be hearing some good news about finances by the end of the month. Uranus is in your 6th house of employment, your day-to-day activities on the job. It's also health too, but I think that, and the 2nd house can rule survival. So if you have any health issue, I think you're going to wind up coming out of it. It may be something that flares up suddenly, but you'll have good news. It's not going to be anything you need to worry about. Venus is then, by the time this full moon comes to fruition, Venus will be in Sagittarius. We'll have moved from Scorpio into Sag. When Venus moves into Sag, you're going to be much more charming. You're going to be attracting love, attracting money. You're going to find that your relationships run a little bit smoother. Venus is also opposing the North Node in Gemini, and it's conjunct the South Node. So it's time for you to kind of release past patterns and past beliefs that you might have about relationships and about your own self-worth and beauty. It's about, if you ever wanted to do a makeover, now would be the time to do it. Because Venus makes you more beautiful when it's in your 1st house. The 1st house rules our physical appearance. So you're coming across as more charming, more attractive. And it's actually Venus opposing the North Node. The North Node is telling you in Gemini, it's more, you need to really reach out more and share your ideas and connect with different types of people and sharing different types, and get away from any kind of rigid thinking. And that will help your partnerships. Now, the only glitch we have towards the end of the month would be the Mars square Pluto transit. And Mars will be in your 5th house, squaring Pluto in the 2nd. So that could be a volatile aspect. You might have arguments over money with your either children or a creative project that may require extra income, and you might be, maybe you and a partner might be disagreeing on how to spend your finances or how to move this project forward. So there could be some kind of power struggle around money and a creative project, or money and children, or even in a romantic situation. If you're dating someone, there could be some power struggles around who's contributing what, and what's fair, that kind of thing. Neptune's in your 4th house, and it will be squaring Venus in your 1st house. So Neptune in the 4th, you may feel like the 4th house is your sanctuary. So whatever difficulties you're going through during the month, it's like you go home and that's your place to recharge and unwind. And so you might be practicing some kind of spirituality, or making it, your meditative space, your quiet space. Sometimes when Neptune's in the 4th house, you may have to be careful of water issues in the home, like mold or rain damage or something like that. So if your house is in good shape, you shouldn't worry about it. But if your house needs any kind of repairs, it could be involving some type of water issue or moisture that needs to be taken care of. So just be aware of that. But for the most part, you've got a lot of support this month from both your ruling planet Jupiter and Venus. It should be a very productive month, a very abundant month, a very expansive month. All you have to do is take action, show your leadership abilities, and be willing to work with others don't try to be too controlling. Be more have more conversations where you can work out a reasonable compromise with your partnerships, and things should be starting to look up. You're going to start to see the results of all your hard work. So I think December will be a good month. It will be the energy is going to shift in December in a positive way. And you're going to find that you're going to get a lot of positive results to everything that you've been working on and striving for, especially in relationships and partnerships. There may be some endings, but then there's also the potential for new beginnings. And that doesn't have to mean that you're ending a relationship. It could mean that you have a new beginning within a current relationship. But if something's really not working, it's time to let it go. Because you have the Death card. It's like time to cut your ties to the past and make room for the new. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Sag. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for their support. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Have a wonderful holiday season, no matter what you're celebrating. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice. No matter what you're celebrating, just enjoy the holidays and have a safe and happy and healthy December. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.